You know, recently Dr. Robotnik's page on Original Lawl was finished on the Ultimate Wiki, and it just made me realize how many things in the original setups are just wrong. And honestly, that extends to Robotnik's portrayal in OG Lawl in general. I know Robotnik was only recently confirmed in Lawl Odyssey 4, but I feel like Zap should just have taken the gamble and remade Robotnik by himself a long time ago. Because let's face it, Dr. Robotnik's OG LOL moveset gets worse year by year, and maybe the worst LOL moveset period in the original LOL, depending on if he ends up becoming last in my ranking, or if one of the codec trilogies will beat him to the punch. But I still feel like Robotnik in OG LOL deserves his own video, because I can't help but feel bugged by it. What was that?
Book.
Lemmy Bugger, what are you doing here?
Something that Shin can't do at the moment. I want to defend him. Ever since you started these yaps of yours, you've done nothing but take pot shots at the guy. Do you even realize without him you wouldn't even be here? Book.
Yeah, I would not be here without my dad either, but that doesn't mean I have to like him.
What a classic comment. Book. Well, I am here to prevent this from becoming a fuck Jin video number 3000 on your channel. I will offer your viewers a perspective, and if you ask me, Dr. Robotnik set is a pretty damn fine for what it is for a 14-year-old moveset.
I never said it was bad. It was just not faithful.
It's as faithful as the Trollsumnal C Shaggy moveset. Book.
Okay, fine. You can play the devil's advocate, but save the TSLC critique for my overdue TSLC retrospective, okay?
We'll see.
We'll see. Wait, what am I doing? This is the first edition of a show I like to call Miro vs. Lemmy Bugger. Robotnik's intro is admittedly perfect for the time being, and it gave us one of the most iconic soundbites in community's history.
It's super!
Yes, most infos that are not stupid lore stuff owe their thanks to this intro. It's a trailblazer. It has good sentence mixing, good editing, and perfectly fits within this early whimsical era of Smash Bros. LOL book.
Even if Link's oh boy is out of place, I can look past that. I mean, literally the Grounders sound clip of the replaced actual sentence mixing in many LOL intros alongside Patrick's moveset. But then, once the actual moveset begins, we've immediately got problems. First of all, instead of the song being Robotnik's theme song from AOS, it's a random theme song from a Genesis era Sonic game. And then there is his neutral special, which literally comes from Sonic Adventure 2. Like, what even? Lemmy Bugger, what is your take on this?
Well, first of all, the original AOS Robotnik theme is only 49 seconds long, and thus would get repetitive fast. Using the AOS theme would also be nonsensical, because it doesn't fit Robotnik. Second of all, this is not Toon Robotnik, this is Dr. Robotnik.
And you don't see the problem with that at all? Like, yes, Jin's Robotnik has always been normal Robotnik wearing the skin of AOS Robotnik, with more examples of that being provided later, but this is a bad first impression. In a modern day LOL,
there were no other LOL during this time period. Any comparisons to modern day LOLs are null and void. This was a whole different territory. Jin has always known his audience, and there were no LOL fans. There just were YouTube poop fans. Many Robotnik YouTube poofs like to reference other versions of Robotnik during this time, like the Sonic X-Eggman, or even Dean Bristow Eggman, and his famous repetitive lines in the first Sonic adventure. In YTP circles, AOS Robotnik was the Robotnik. If you post a picture of classic Robotnik, people were going to inevitably say, the video title will tell you exactly what to expect.
I suppose you make a fair point.
And Side Special and Up Special are both from Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, you know.
Yes, but there could have been more variation with these attacks. This feels less like moveset for Robotnik and more like a moveset for the Egg Mobile Robotnik is in. Robotnik doesn't even spend that much time in the Egg Mobile in the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. I hate to say it, but Toon Wily got this right better.
Up. Look at the title. Like I said, it's not AOS Robotnik, it's Dr. Robotnik. Naturally, if Dr. Robotnik was in a fighting game, he would be in some sort of a mecha. It's a throwback to Sonic the Fighters, where Robotnik was in a robot. And also to Sonic Car, where Robotnik was also in a mecha.
I don't think it would be fair to compare a fighting game to a racing game.
But everyone else aside from Emmy didn't even have a vehicle in that game. And besides, Toon Eggman is also in a Egg Mobile.
Yes, but honestly you can say Toon Eggman is a moveset for Toon Eggman, whereas Dr. Robotnik set is a set for his machine. And speaking of machines, let's talk about his infamous down special, the Vacuum Abductor. His down special comes from the Subspace Emissary. How are you going to defend this bug?
Subspace Emissary was extremely tied to original Lawl in its early days. Robotnik was originally supposed to be only a boss, but got promoted to playable because people really wanted it. May I remind you, Tommy Wiseau's Final Smash was a reference to Rare PG and nobody complained. And you even included it in your top 10 best Final Smashes video.
Yes, but it was inspired by the football scene also. And the addition of the Rare PG reference is like a neat Easter egg. I am all for references to YouTube poops and what have you, but Robotnik is not a character with too little source material to justify it.
But the attack itself is a fun way to tie in Lawl to Subspace Emissary,
which ended up aging badly as the years passed.
Tisk. Always talking about things aging badly. You do realize nothing ages worse than you adding Hulk Hogan to your Lawl. Oh boy, can't wait for you to give him the Villains Valley treatment.
Why do you think I killed off Hogan in TLC lore? And besides, you're veering off the point.
My point is, back when this was released, everyone loved it. You loved it. Just look at the comments. People are praising it. Isn't that what matters?
Jim probably deleted all the negative comments.
No, you're veering off the point.
Do you have anything else to say in the Down Special's defense?
It is a fun move in general. It's like Kirby, except you can suck more than one opponent. I know you kiddies love your competitive nonsense, but back then Jin did know to balance entertaining moves with moves that feel fun.
思い出すな。ビールを飲みながら哲学を論じ、文学を語り合った素晴らしい
Get out
学
of
生
here,
時代よ。
Snork. Fair enough. Let's move on to the final smash. Pingus. I suppose it's appropriate for the time being, but not very faithful. It being a taunt makes more sense. Robotnik does so many things that would work better as a final smash, however, and I think Zap is going to take advantage of that in his set.
Robotnik extending his cockout was a common joke in old YouTube boobs. There was an entire TC Sparta parody where that was the joke.
So, did you want a repeat of Leonidas' final smash?
I never said that. Shin could have done that, but he did something more original. And face it, it's funny,
Maybe at the time.
You're so predictable, just like your ideal Robotnik final smash is.
The final smash is not the worst thing in the world, but it really could have been something more than a joke that was going to be referenced in the set anyway. I don't have much to say about his taunts or victories, even if the last one is really disappointing. Why not just have Robotnik say, I win, or Sonic saying, you win, Robotnik, or something like that.
You only know that clip because of the Win the Race video, And that music video was made 9 years after this moveset released. You don't have any complaints about taunts?
Yeah, they're pretty fitting. I also really like the outro. Somehow it was able to predict the concept of inviting newcomers via letters. That has become universal in both the actual Smash Bros. And pretty much every LOL intro. But why is it an outro?
Because it's funny, Dumbo. Book.
As a whole, the set leaves a lot to be desired. The actual moveset portion is over in less than a minute. Jin did have plans for a Robotnik makeover as shown in his Break the Targets video, which would have been more faithful, complete with Robotnik leaving his egg mobile. Why did you yawn?
It would have been just like Tomb Byron, predictable for the sake of predictable. Whether you like it or not, Jin stands out because his work is unpredictable and always trying to figure out a way to defy expectations. It creates discussion. That is why we are doing this debate right now. Robotnik said, referencing Sonic Adventure 2 and Subspace Emissary in his specials is unpredictable.
To sort of paraphrase Oli Anderson, Robotnik taking a shit as his neutral special would have also been unpredictable and it wouldn't have drawn a die.
But you still would have talked about it 14 years later.
And you would have defended it 14 years later.
I don't defend everything Jin did, okay? I believe his reaction to Backlash to Villains Valley was completely unjustified, and his Mortal Kombat AI videos suck, but I don't make it part of my personality like you did, Bug.
Speaking of, let's talk about Robotnik in the lore, or Subspace Emissary. Robotnik's lore at first is fine, but then we see that most of the enemies he sends are regular as Badnik sprites, as opposed to crazy cast of characters we see in the first AOS episode. What's up with that?
Original game also used well-known enemies. There is an entire level that is a reference to Majora's Mask, yet you don't complain about that, Book. Subspace Emissary was not only a YTP, but it was also sort of a fix fanfic Jin was trying to do before he ended up moving on to other things. But he did have Scratch and Grounder, Dragon Breath, and later Scratch solo as a boss, Book.
Yeah, the first boss fight is fine, but Scratch's boss fight is terrible. And Final Forest as a level hasn't aged well.
But you liked it when it came out.
Not that fucking argument again. Okay, fine. There's nothing wrong with Robotnik's portrayal in the Subspace Emissary until we get to Villains Valley.
Oh, you wanna talk about Villains Valley now? Because I was in that one.
Wait, what?
Yes, Ronald Monks were actually 3 Lemmy Buggers in a trench coat and a mask. That was gonna be our big break, but everyone chose to be babies. We were promised a cameo in Dick's movie 2 too, but they only gave us a mocking side mention, Book.
Okay, let me make a phone call. Lemmy, when did you create the Lemmy Buggers?
September 2024, somewhere around that. Why do you ask?
How did they appear in a video released in 2022?
I don't know. Try asking them.
How did you appear in a video made before you were even created?
We're old, Book.
They said they're old.
I thought so. Look, just ignore them and they'll probably go away. Hopefully. Maybe. If you're lucky.
Look, all I say about Villains Valley is that Robotnik uses Eggwalker in that one, despite Eggwalker not being from AOS, which means Jin didn't learn anything from over the years.
Are you sure it wasn't an attempt from Jin to appeal to the nostalgia of old Subspace and Robotnik's ambiguous nature as combination of different Robotniks? And besides, its whole purpose was to set up the Duke in Eggwalker pun.
Oh, Jin's impeccable comedic timing. It's totally well paced and not at all distracting, just like webcomics comedic timing. But yes, Robotnik sucks in Villains Valley, but he's not the thing that sucks the most about it. And thanks to that stupid fucking Lemonade video, I actually started hating Robotnik for a short while.
That's a you problem. Come back to me in 14 years after Zippity Sap's Robotnik moveset and tell me if you will remember that one more than Jin's Robotnik set. Book. Because I will bet you that since Robotnik said one way or another will still be referenced, even after Chap's definite Robotnik take. Whether negatively or not, because that's the appeal of Jin's works. It always gives you something to talk about.
Yes, but LOL Odyssey gives you something to talk about in a positive manner. And I think we should focus on positive things in LOL.
Then why did you want to make a video where you rant about Jin's Robotnik?
I wanted it to go together with my upcoming OG Lawl ranking video, and negative videos in YouTube create clicks. Everybody knows that.
Book, the court. What is the conclusion?
Bugger is right! Get to Miro! Wait, I can explain. Oh no! I hate that Bugger!
Thanks for watching, and have a Bugger night, Book.